Do you know that in Hindu Puranas, there is a warrior who was contemporary to both Lord Rama and Lord Krishna? A great character who not only registered his presence in Ramayana, but also in the Mahabharata period. Yes, friends, today we are talking about the great Riksharaj Jamvanji, who witnessed 3 yugas with his own eyes and whose power was so formidable that he defeated Ravana in battle and fought with Lord Krishna himself for 27 days. So stay with us because today we will know every mysterious story of Jamvanji's life from his divine birth to his immortality. Greetings friends, welcome to our channel. Today's topic is very special and interesting because we are going to talk about such a great character whose mention is found not just in one yuga but in all three, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga. Jamvanji, who is also known by the names Jamvan, Javan or Jambuva, was such a divine warrior whose stories of intelligence, strength and knowledge still inspire us today. In today's video, we will know in detail how Jamvanji's birth happened, why he lived for such a long time, how he made Hanumanji realize his powers, how was his battle with Ravana, and what were his relations with Lord Krishna. Along with this, we will also know whether Jamvanji is still alive today and what will be his role at the end of Kali Yuga. So stay with us because today we will know every mysterious story of Jamvanji's life from his divine birth to his immortality. It is about Treta Yuga when Ravana's wickedness and atrocities increased so much that the entire earth became distressed. Gods, sages and people all were troubled by his atrocities. Ravana had spread his terror in all three worlds on the strength of his power and arrogance. When the troubles became unbearable, then Goddess Earth and the gods of heaven reached Lord Vishnu at Kshir Sagar along with Brahmaji. They prayed to Lord Vishnu for liberation from Ravana's atrocities. Lord Vishnu gave assurance and said that he would take birth on earth as the son of Maharaja Dashratha of Ayodhya and would kill Ravana. But to complete this great work, a huge army was needed. Therefore, Brahmaji was instructed to create Vanaras and bears endowed with divine powers who could help Lord Rama. Brahmaji accepted this responsibility and started contemplating deeply about the creation of Vanaras. He sat in meditation for a long time and kept thinking about how to create such divine beings who would not only be powerful but also intelligent and devoted to dharma. Now regarding the birth of Jambavanji, mainly 2 stories are found in the Puranas and both are extremely interesting. The first story is mentioned in Balkanda of Valmiki Ramayana. According to this, when Brahmaji kept thinking about the creation of Vanaras for a very long time, he started yawning. After thinking deeply for a long time, when Brahmaji felt the desire to yawn and opened his mouth, at that very moment Jambavan appeared unexpectedly from his mouth. This birth was extremely divine and miraculous. Because of being born from Brahmaji's yawn, Jambavan had special powers and was endowed with divine knowledge from birth. The second story is mentioned in Kamba Ramayana, which is even more interesting. According to this story, when 2 terrible demons named Madhu and Kaitabha arose in the world, then in the arrogance of their power they challenged Brahmaji himself for battle. The shout and challenge of those demons was so fearsome that even Brahmaji became scared. Sweat started appearing on his face, which flowing from his cheeks reached his waist. From that divine sweat of Brahmaji, Jambavan was born. Therefore he is also called Ambuja, which means that being who is born from the water of sweat. Since he was the first person to enter Jambu Dvipa, he came to be called Jambavan. At that time, the main purpose of Jambavan's birth was to help the gods in the Devasura Sangram. Now the question arises whether Jambavan was a bear or a monkey. This is a very interesting question and its answer is equally fascinating. In Valmiki Ramayana, Jambavanji has been described in many places as Kapi, meaning monkey, and somewhere as Riksha, meaning bear. In Balkanda of Valmiki Ramayana, he has also been called Chapateya, which is used for bear. In most texts and depictions, he has been shown as an old and wise bear. But in some Indian texts, he has also been described as a Vanara. Since Brahmaji's main purpose was to create divine Vanaras, and Jambavan was also born for the same purpose, therefore he is considered both Vanara and Riksha. The truth is that Jambavan was a divine being whose form was completely different and superior to ordinary beings. Jambavanji's life was not limited to just one yuga, but he lived for many yugas.
His birth happened in Satya Yuga and he remained alive in Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga as well. He witnessed various incarnations of Lord Vishnu and also participated in many important events with them. About Jambavan's age, it is mentioned in the Puranas that his birth happened when there was no universe or calculation of time. Therefore, it is not possible to find out his exact age or birth date. At the time of Ramayana events, Jambavan's age was said to be 6 Manvantaras and 164 Chaturyugas. This time is so vast that it is difficult even to imagine it. It is believed that the present age is the 28th Chaturyuga of the 7th Manvantara. From this you can imagine how ancient and long-lived Jambavan was. The description of Jambavanji's strength and abilities is done in Vishnu Purana as equivalent to 1 crore lions. In both the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, he has been described as a wonderful warrior. Jambavan was not only physically powerful but was also extremely learned, intelligent and a Veda reciter. He knew all the Vedas, Puranas and scriptures by heart. In Sri Ram's army he was the most aged and intelligent, and for this reason Sri Ram also respected him greatly. Jambavan's capability was not limited to just his physical strength, but his strategic proficiency, war skills and intelligence made him a great warrior and advisor. He is also called the King of Himalayas, who took the form of a bear and took birth on earth to help Sri Ram. Now we come to the incident of Vamanavatara, which proved to be an important turning point in Jambavan's life. According to mythological stories, when Lord Vishnu took the Vamana Avatara, at that time Jambavan was in his youth and was extremely powerful. His strength and speed were unimaginable. When Lord Vamana asked King Mahabali for 3 steps of land in charity and then taking a gigantic form measured all 3 worlds in 2 steps, then Jambavan witnessed this divine event. While circumambulating Lord Vamana in his Trivikrama form, Jambavan became so emotionally overwhelmed that he decided to circumambulate him.
It is believed that Jambavan, demonstrating his extraordinary power and speed, circumambulated Lord Vaman 21 times in a single massive leap. This speed was so intense as if lightning had flashed. During this incredible journey, Jambavan's toe touched the highest peak of Mount Mahameru. Mount Mahameru, which is considered the center of the universe and the most sacred mountain, did not appreciate this. Mahameru felt that Jambavan had insulted it in the arrogance of his power and speed. Enraged, Mount Mahameru cursed Jambavan. Mahameru said that you are very proud of your speed and youth. You have insulted me. Therefore, from now on, your body will not be able to achieve the speed that your mind and brain desire. Your intellect will remain young, but your body will always remain old. You will not be capable of fulfilling your desires and plans. Due to this curse, Jambavan's youth ended and he became old. His immense strength and speed were within him, but now his body could not fully manifest that power. This curse was a major transformation for Jambavan, but he accepted it and continued to serve righteousness through his wisdom and experience. Time passed and Satya Yuga ended and Treta Yuga arrived. In this era, Jambavan witnessed the incarnation of Lord Ram and received the good fortune of serving him. Jambavanji's most popular and inspiring stories are connected to the Ramayana. When Ravana abducted Mother Sita and Lord Ram set out to find her, Jambavan played an extremely important role. He joined Sri Ram's army as a senior advisor and warrior. His experience, knowledge and wisdom served as guidance for the entire monkey army. The friendship between Jambavan and Hanuman is one of the most famous and inspiring stories of the Ramayana. When the monkey army reached the seashore and learned that to find Mother Sita, they would have to cross the vast ocean, all the monkeys fell into a dilemma. The ocean was extremely vast and crossing it seemed impossible. In this situation, various monkeys talked about their respective capabilities. Some said they could leap 10 yojanas. Some spoke of 20 yojanas. Some monkeys even said that perhaps they could cross the ocean but would not be able to return. Everyone was talking about their own limitations, but no one was capable of crossing this vast ocean and returning.
During this entire discussion, Hanumanji was standing silently in a corner. He was not saying anything. Jamvan, the son of Brahma and extremely intelligent, saw Hanuman standing quietly like this and felt something different. Jamvan knew that Hanuman was not an ordinary monkey. He was the son of Vayu and possessed limitless power. But Hanuman himself was unaware of his powers.
Of great things.
Actually, due to a sage's curse in childhood, Hanumanji had forgotten his powers and capabilities. He was unaware of his true form and potential. Jamvan slowly approached Hanuman and addressed him. He began to tell Hanuman about his past with great love and respect. Jamvan reminded Hanuman of his divine origin.
You are capable
He told
of
him
great
that
things.
Hanuman was not an ordinary monkey, but was the son of Pavanadev. He told Hanuman about all the boons he had received from various gods. In childhood, Hanuman had tried to swallow the sun, thinking it was a fruit, and was injured by Indra's Vajra. Then all the gods together had given him various boons. Jamvan reminded Hanuman of his immense strength, incredible speed, ability to fly in the sky, and his invincible courage. He told Hanuman that he possessed the power to lift mountains, could fly at lightning speed, and could assume any form. Jamvan awakened faith in Hanuman's mind with great patience and love. He told Hanuman that only he could cross this vast ocean, find Mata Sita, and deliver Sri Ram's message to her. These inspiring words of Jamvan awakened the dormant power within Hanuman. As Jamvan spoke, Hanuman began to remember his true form. His lost memory started returning. He realized his divine powers and capabilities. The glow of self-confidence began to appear on Hanuman's face. His body filled with energy. He understood that he was not an ordinary monkey, but was the son of Vayu, who possessed limitless power. Through Jamvan's guidance and encouragement, Hanuman gained awareness of his reality and decided to leap across the ocean. This moment was an extremely important turning point in the Ramayana. Without Jamvan's wisdom and patient guidance, Hanuman might not have recognized his powers. Hanuman assumed a gigantic form and advanced toward the ocean with a tremendous leap. He successfully crossed the ocean, found Mata Sita in Lanka, and delivered Sri Ram's message to her. All this was the result of Jamvan's encouragement and guidance. Jamvan proved that sometimes wisdom and right guidance at the right time are more important than physical strength.
When the time for war came in Lanka, Jambavan also demonstrated his battle skills. He defeated many demon warriors. But the most interesting and important incident was his battle with Ravana himself. According to an episode described in the Ramayana, there was a fierce battle between Jambavan and Ravana. Ravana, who was the terror of all three worlds, whom no one had been able to defeat, fought with Jambavan. This battle was extremely fierce. Both warriors were fighting with their full strength. During the battle, Jambavan struck Ravana with such force that Ravana fell distressed from his chariot to the ground. Making a mighty warrior like Ravana bite the dust was no ordinary matter. Jambavan's kick was so powerful that Ravana had to be taken away from the battlefield. This incident demonstrates Jambavan's immense strength and valor. However, it is noteworthy that Jambavan did not kill Ravana because it was not in destiny. Ravana's death was destined to be at the hands of Sri Ram, and Jambavan understood this divine plan well. He defeated Ravana but did not end him because he knew that this task belonged to Sri Ram. In the Ramayana, Jambavan's role was not just that of a warrior, but he was a wise advisor, experienced guide, and patient leader. Sri Ram also greatly respected his wisdom and experience. Jambavan's advice was sought in many important decisions. His contribution in formulating war strategy was invaluable. Another important incident was when Lakshman was injured in battle by Meghnad's Shakti arrow. Lakshman's condition was extremely critical and his life was in danger. Everyone was worried about how to save Lakshman. The physician Sushen informed
that there was Sanjeevani herb on the Himalayan mountain which could save Lakshman's life. But the problem was that the herb had to be brought before sunrise, otherwise Lakshman's life would not be saved. Hanuman prepared for this task, but he did not know what the Sanjeevani herb looked like and where it would be found.
At this time, Jambavan demonstrated his divine knowledge. He told Hanuman in detail where the Sanjeevani herb would be found, what it looked like, and what its identification was. Actually, Jambavan had witnessed the churning of the ocean in Satya Yuga, and at that time, he had received information about many divine medicines and plants from the gods. He also knew about the disease-curing plant called Shalyakarani. Jambavan used this old knowledge of his and told Hanuman about the Sanjeevani herb. Hanuman went to the Himalayan mountain and brought the entire mountain itself because he could not identify the correct herb. But this became possible only because of Jambavan's guidance, and Lakshman's life was saved. This incident demonstrates Jambavan's vast knowledge and experience. Ravan was slain, the war ended, and Sri Ram returned victorious to Ayodhya. Jambavan played his role perfectly and contributed to the protection of Dharma. The Treta Yuga ended and the Dwapar Yuga arrived. Jambavan was still alive and he witnessed another avatar of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. In Dwapar Yuga, Jambavan's most famous story is his battle with Lord Krishna over the Syamantaka Mani. This incident is extremely interesting and significant. The Syamantaka Mani was an extremely rare and valuable divine gem that Surya Dev had given to King Satyajit. This gem had wonderful powers. This gem gave its owner 8 bhar of gold daily and protected him from all kinds of diseases and crises. Wherever this gem was, there would be no famine, epidemic, or natural disaster. One day, King Satyajit's younger brother Prasena went to the forest for hunting wearing that gem. In the forest, he encountered a fearsome lion. That lion killed Prasena and started going into the depths of the forest taking the Syamantaka Mani. At that same time, Jambavan was passing by that way. He saw the lion that was carrying a shining gem. Jambavan fought with that lion and killed it. Then he picked up that Syamantaka Mani and took it to his cave. Jambavan gave that gem to his daughter Jambavati to play with. Meanwhile, in Dwaraka, a rumor spread that Lord Krishna had killed Prasena and taken the Syamantaka Mani. This accusation was very serious. Lord Krishna had to be freed from this false accusation. Therefore, he decided to search for the Syamantaka Mani himself. He went to the forest and while searching, he found the bodies of Prasena and his horse.
Looking at the footprints on the ground, Lord Krishna understood that some lion had killed Prasena. At some distance, he also found the body of that lion, and bare footprints were also visible. Lord Krishna, following those footprints, reached a mountain cave which was Jambavan's dwelling place. Inside the cave, Lord Krishna saw that a small girl was playing with the Syamantaka Mani. As soon as Lord Krishna moved forward to take the gem, Jambavan appeared. He thought that some thief had come to steal his daughter's gem. Without asking or thinking anything, Jambavan attacked Lord Krishna. And thus began one of the most fierce battles between Jambavan and Lord Krishna. This was no ordinary battle. Both warriors were fighting with their full strength. Jambavan, who had defeated Ravan, was fighting with full strength against Lord Krishna. This battle continued for not 1 day, 2 days, but for full 27 days. 27 days of continuous battle. This is unimaginable. This was a tremendous display of the strength and capability of both warriors. This great battle was going on inside the cave, and the outside world had no news of it. Gradually, Jambavan began to realize that this was no ordinary warrior. Even after 27 days of battle, this person was not tired, had not become weak. He began to understand that this was some divine power. Gradually, Jambavan realized the divinity of Lord Krishna. He felt that this was the same supreme power whom he had seen in the form of Ram. Jambavan's intelligence and experience told him that this was indeed an avatar of Lord Vishnu himself. After this divine knowledge, Jambavan immediately stopped the battle and fell at Lord Krishna's feet. He apologized and said that he did not know that the Lord himself had arrived at his cave. Jambavan praised Lord Krishna with great devotion and respect. He handed over the Syamantaka money to Lord Krishna. But not just this, Jambavan also proposed the hand of his beloved daughter Jamavati to Lord Krishna for marriage. Jambavan knew that getting his daughter married to the Lord himself was a matter of supreme good fortune for him and his lineage. Lord Krishna married Jambavati, and she became one of his 8 principal queens. Through this marriage, Jambavan blessed his lineage and deepened his relationship with Lord Krishna even more. Lord Krishna returned to Dwarka with the Syamantaka money and told everyone the truth. Thus, he was freed from the false accusations. This incident also demonstrates Jambavan's strength. Think about it. He was such a warrior who fought with Lord Krishna for 27 days. Although ultimately he realized the Lord's divinity and stopped the battle, this is proof of his immense strength. Jambavan was alive even during the Mahabharata period, but his direct mention is not found in the Mahabharata war. He had become extremely old by then and perhaps was not taking active participation. Now the most important question is whether Jambavan is still alive today? According to many mythological stories and Puranas, Jambavan is immortal or a Chiranjeevi. In Hinduism, 7 Chiranjeevis are mentioned who are still believed to be alive and will remain alive until the end of Kali Yuga. Among these 7 Chiranjeevis are Ashwatthama, King Bali, Vedvyas, Hanuman, Vibhishan, Kripacharya and Parashurama. In some beliefs, Jambavan is also considered a Chiranjeevi. It is believed that Jambavan is absorbed in penance and meditation in some cave in the Himalayas. He is waiting for the end of Kali Yuga. When Kali Yuga ends and the Kalki avatar of Lord Vishnu takes place to kill the demon Kali, then Jambavan will also appear. He will assist the Kalki avatar along with the 7 Chiranjeevis and play his role in the re-establishment of Dharma. This belief is found in many Puranas and religious texts. Some people also believe that Jambavan resides in the inaccessible areas of the Himalayas, where ordinary humans cannot reach. He is absorbed in deep meditation and penance. His presence is divine and subtle, therefore ordinary people cannot see him. Some saints and yogis have claimed that they have seen extremely old and divine beings in the Himalayas who might be these ancient Chiranjeevis. From a scientific perspective, it seems impossible for any living being to remain alive for thousands of years. But from a mythological and religious perspective, divine beings like Jambavan who were created by Brahmaji for a special purpose might have such powers that are beyond ordinary rules. He had received boons and was a divine being, therefore his age was completely different from ordinary beings. Whether Jambavan is alive physically today or not, but his teachings, his knowledge and his stories are still alive and inspire us. We get many important lessons from Jambavan's life. The first and most important lesson is of patience and intelligence. Jambavan taught us that physical strength alone is not everything. How important intelligence, patience and the right guidance at the right time can be is clear from the incident of encouraging Hanuman. Jambavan had become physically old, but his intelligence and knowledge always kept him relevant and important.
The second lesson is of humility. Jambavan was so powerful that he defeated Ravan and fought with Lord Krishna for 27 days. But as soon as he realized the Lord's divinity, he immediately showed humility and surrendered. This teaches us that no matter how powerful or knowledgeable we may be, we should always maintain the feeling of humility and surrender. The third lesson is of the importance of knowledge and experience. Jambavan had witnessed the churning of the ocean in Satyuga and used the knowledge gained from there to find the Sanjeevani herb in Treta Yuga. This shows that knowledge never goes to waste. We should always keep learning because one never knows when which knowledge will be useful. The fourth lesson is the art of encouraging others. Jambavan encouraged Hanuman and awakened his hidden powers. Sometimes people have the capability, but they need the right guidance and encouragement. The role of a good guide is very important. The fifth lesson is of devotion to Dharma. Jambavan always took the side of Dharma. Whether it was Ram's era or Krishna's, he always contributed to the protection of Dharma. This teaches us that whatever the circumstances may be, we should always follow Dharma. The sixth lesson is of remaining free from ego.
When Jambavan received the curse from Mount Mahameru, he accepted it and abandoned his ego. He accepted his physical limitations but continued to serve Dharma with his intelligence and experience. This teaches us that we should accept our limitations and let go of our ego. The seventh lesson is of witnessing yugas and accepting change. Jambavan witnessed 3 yugas. In every yuga, the circumstances were different, people were different, challenges were different. But Jambavan kept himself relevant in every yuga. He accepted change and contributed in every situation. This teaches us that we too should change with time and make positive contributions in every circumstance.
The 8th lesson is of loyalty and dedication. Jambavan showed complete dedication to Lord Ram. He was one of Sri Ram's most trusted advisors. This teaches us that we should be loyal to our leaders, gurus, and guides. The 9th lesson is of sharing knowledge. Jambavan shared his knowledge with Hanuman, gave information about the Sanjeevani herb. He did not hide his knowledge, but shared it with others when needed. This teaches us that knowledge increases by sharing, it doesn't decrease. The 10th and final lesson is of making life purposeful. Jambavan was born for a purpose, to help the gods and protect Dharma. He dedicated his entire life to this purpose. This teaches us that our life too should have a purpose, and we should keep striving for that purpose. So friends, if you liked this video, please do like it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do tell in the comments which incident from Jambavanji's life you found most inspiring. Do you think Jambavan is still alive today? Please do share your thoughts with us. If you are interested in mythological stories and religious tales, then do watch other videos on our channel as well. Also share this video with your friends and family so that they too can learn about Jambavanji. Thank you and see you in the next video with a new interesting story. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna.